welcome to the vlog, you guys. I am actually pretty excited for this vlog because it's a reading vlog, and if you guys read the title, then you know that we are reading my favorite booktubers' favorite books of 2023. My criteria for this video is that I had to choose books that I already owned on my physical TBR. I couldn't choose a book and don't have it and I have to buy it. I don't want to buy any books for this video, and I don't want to take it out from the library because then I'm not reading for my TBR. We are reading Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin. This is Kat's favorite book over at Lit with Kat. She spoke really highly about this one. It was in her top 10 of the year, and I'm really excited for this one because I love Samanta Schweblin. I've read Little Eyes and Pájaros en la Boca, Mouthful of Birds, and I really enjoyed both of those short story collections. I understand that this is more of a novel, not a short story collection, so I'm pretty excited because I haven't read anything else by her besides her short story collections, and I really enjoy her writing, so I already know I'm gonna love this one. So that's the first book we're gonna be reading for this video. The next book we're going to be reading is My Work by Olga. I'm actually so intimidated by this one, but I've been wanting to read Olga Raven's work for a little bit. This is Sophia's favorite book of 2023 over at Sophia Reads Books. This is a new booktuber actually that I found a couple of weeks ago, and I really love her videos and the way she talks about books. I understand that this book is about motherhood and it plays with form. There's a bunch of it's a pretty lengthy book, and I'm intimidated because it has literally the tiniest text ever in the world, but as you can see, it plays with form. It doesn't, a lot of pages don't have full paragraphs. I think there's even poetry involved. Look at this page. So I feel like it wouldn't be too bad to get through this, even though it's huge. I have to get over being so scared of bigger books. So the last book we'll be reading for this vlog would be People Collide by mcelroy. Not too sure about that pronunciation, but this is Nathan's favorite book over at Nathan's Nook. I love Nathan. I love his vlogs so much. Smart introspection of books, and he actually does a lot of research about them, and I love hearing him talk about books. So yes, when he said that this was his favorite book of 2023, I was actually pretty excited because this sounds like something so different than what I usually read, but so intriguing. So I know that this is about a wife and a husband who I think are going through a divorce, and one day they actually end up swapping bodies. I think is his wife in his body that disappears, and he has to look for her while he is in his wife's body. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Those are the 3 books that we're reading in this readathon. Super excited for all 3 of them. And as you already saw, I already started Fever Dream. I'm not too far in, so I can't say anything concrete, but I want to keep going, and hopefully the next time I'll come on here, I'll have some updates. Super excited for this video actually. I trust all of these YouTubers so much. So I'm really hoping that I'll love each and every one of these 3 books. So yeah, excited.
Charlie, horsing,
friends, so we are due a huge chat because I have a lot of updates. Apologies for it being almost 2 days since I last talked to you guys, but I've been reading. I finished Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin yesterday, and this was amazing. This was really good. This was incredibly creepy, eerie, and so unsettling. In this one, we follow Amanda. She is this young mother who comes to this little town to start her vacation. She has a young daughter named Nina, and in that town they become friends with Carla. She is the mother of David, who Carla is super worried about because Carla thinks that David has not been the same since a tragic incident happened. In this book, Amanda is currently in her deathbed, and she is accompanied by David, who together they are trying to piece the events that happened to her, Amanda, being on her deathbed. So there's a lot of like going back in Amanda's memories and trying to piece together what happened, what moment happened in which she let her guard down and she allowed this to happen to her and to her daughter. It's really fast paced. Like, I read the majority of this yesterday and I could not put it down. Oh, there's the bookmark. I thought I lost this bookmark. I was like, where the fuck did I put this bookmark? It was in the book. Anyways, I love the way Samanta Schweblin does horror. If you haven't read her other work and this is like the first time you're reading her, I will start with this one and then immediately follow up with Mouthful of Birds. I adore that short story collection. It's a lot of unsettling horror, kind of like real life horror, because this book is a lot about anxiety and anxiety of losing a loved one. In this one, Amanda talks about feeling like a safety distance between her and her daughter. She can't go too long without knowing what Nina is up to. She can't leave Nina out of her sights. If she does, she worries that something bad is happening to her. And she talks about having like a rope between her and her daughter and feeling that rope become taut sometimes. This book is just really, really good. I really liked it. I don't know if it's my favorite. I'm sorry, Kat, but you did have a really solid recommendation, and I really enjoyed Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin. It was amazing. I think this one could be near in my top of Samanta Schweblin's work. So the next book I picked up was My Work by Olga Ravin. This is Sophia over at Sophia Reads Books' favorite book of 2023. So in this one, Olga Ravin talks about her experience with motherhood, postpartum depression, and feeling disconnected between her and her child, even though her and her child are basically one entity. And I'm nearly 100 pages in, and so far I'm interested to keep going, but I don't know how much I will like this towards the end. I am a 23-year-old woman with no children, and I don't want any children, so I don't know how much I will connect to this one, but it's fine. I usually like introspective look into motherhood. I gotta admit though that I kind of glossed over the poetry sections because I don't do very well with poetry. So those are all the updates for now. I am barely in my work, so I don't have any more deeper thoughts about it. It's my last day off, and so I'm hoping to get some reading done, but I do have to do a couple of things. So I'll catch you guys whenever I read. So I don't have any updates right now. I just came off work and I thought I would have a little cozy reading session because I'm not even halfway through this book, and so I really want to have a little reading session with you guys and read this. I have some sushi. Got some sushi from work. I got a Philadelphia roll, and I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I thought I would have that as a little snack with you guys. But yeah, I I've been really bad reading for this video, honestly. I'm not sure how much I'm liking this at all. I don't know what it is. Like, I usually like the themes of motherhood and nothing like that's interesting to me, since I'm coming from a perspective that's really firmly not wanting any kids. It's a really interesting perspective for me to read from, and I really love how that theme is normally handled. Now, I'm not sure if I like Olga Raven's voice in this. I'm not sure. So I'm very like neutral about it. I do like what it says about how Olga Raven is named Anna in this one, and her husband is Axel. So it talks about how Anna and Axel are not equals in this, and Axel, her husband, is very much adamant that they are equals when they're not. And I really did like what Olga Raven had to say about that. She is not exactly better, but they're not equal because she had to go through the heaviness of it all, childbearing, having that child grow in her and feeling that grow in her. And obviously she birthed it. And in this page, and I read to you guys because it's a little poem and I really do like it. It says, "While I pump, I think about all the women who came before me. What horror, you say. You don't think about the men who came before you. You say that's crazy. Do you really think about that? About them? About all the women?" And therein lies the difference. It's not just our bodies that are different, but also our history. You have so little to lose, and I despise you for it. I mean, you have everything to gain as a father. You don't have to do much to tower above, to do more than the men before you. All the women in me, their toil throughout history. When you bend over the child, you do not carry this history. You say you want to be equals, but we are not equal. This sweet game you play. My work, it is beyond you and should remain so. I really do like that. There are some parts of this where are just like golden, but for a lot of it, I do feel kind of neutral about it. So like I said, I just got off work, so I'm gonna take a shower, change into some comfy clothes, and we're gonna have a little cozy reading session in my bed. So yeah. Hello you guys, I feel like it's been a minute. I finally finished my work by Olga Raven, and boy oh boy was it a slog to get through. Oh my god, I don't know what it was, but like at the 250 page mark or like 200 page mark, I was just over it and I wanted to be done. This is really hard to like review or even have final thoughts on because again, this is a very personal piece of work by Olga Raven. Is obviously her story, her life experience with pregnancy and postpartum depression and anxiety, and so it feels really harsh to say that I didn't like this at all and that I found it kind of a bore by the second half. I'm sorry, Olga Raven. I really did want to love this a lot better. I read to have different perspectives on life experiences that I will otherwise never know about. So I'm not mad that I couldn't connect with the character because I have not birthed a child, you know, so there's no way in hell I'm gonna relate to this, and I knew that going in it. So I'm not like criticizing it for not being not connecting to it. There were some very interesting ideas that I really did like, and I did go in and not highlighted, but I dog-eared a couple pages with ideas that I really liked, especially the pages where she explores her relationship with writing and how it changed since becoming a mother, and how it was once a activity where she found so much comfort in and confidence in, and she knew her way around, but since becoming a mother she's like paralyzed to write, because if she wrote about her child and she wrote this book and it published, people will think she's just a bad mother because she felt these negative feelings about motherhood and pregnancy, when it's supposed to be a time of like joy and happiness for the pregnant woman, and she didn't feel that at all. So she felt a lot of anxiousness about that and not feeling that and putting it out there in the world. And those ideas I really did like. Again, like I didn't 100% hate this, and hate is a really strong word. I didn't hate this. I just thought, you know, like it could have been a little shorter. There's some pages of, I understand it's the midwives at the hospital that they're writing like her dilations or whatever medicine they're giving her when she's on labor. Like, why do they need to read that? I don't know. Maybe it's more interesting for pregnant ladies. But and something about the writing style, I don't know if it's because it's her personal work, and so I felt her prose was not anything amazing. That being said though, I am not giving up on Olga. I really do want to read The Employees. The fun part is that I did recommend this book to my mom. We have been talking a little bit lately, and she revealed some things about her pregnancy that I didn't know about, and some feelings that she had when she had me and stuff like that. So we'll see if my mom likes this a lot better than I do. So that was my work by Olga Ravin. I'm so sorry, Sophia, this was not my favorite book. Now we are reading People Collide by mcelroy. This is Nathan's favorite book of 2023 over at Nathan's Nook. Started this morning. I'm on page 36, and so far I'm enjoying this one. This is a gender swap type of story. This couple is going through a divorce, and the husband wakes up in his wife's body. The issue is that his body that's inhabited by his wife's soul or consciousness right now. I'm so confused, but yeah, one of them is missing in the wrong person's body. Don't know much about it besides that, but it's actually really good. I'm actually really enjoying this, and I'm excited to keep going with it. So yeah, that is People Collide by mcelroy. Update you guys whenever I have more to say about this one. Hi guys, so I have to admit my sins and apologize profusely because it has been about a week since I finished People Collide. I did enjoy this one quite a lot. It was a really good like palate cleanser / refresher after reading my work and being disappointed with it. We have our main characters, Ellie and Elizabeth. They are this couple who are abroad in Europe thanks to Elizabeth's success and accolades in the literary world. She is really successful. She is there on a work visa to teach kids English. And so the story starts off with Eli leaving his apartment that he shares with Elizabeth. He's on his way to the school where Elizabeth works, and when he arrives, everyone mistakes him for Elizabeth, and he's like, what's going on? And that's when he notices that he is in his wife's body. The story was brilliant in its way that it handled gendered experiences, sex, marriage. It explored a lot about how well do we truly know another person. There are a lot of instances where Eli was noticing things about his wife's body that he wasn't sure he'd noticed before. I really did like this. It was really nice and easy to get into. I also liked what Elizabeth had to say about her living in Eli's body, how much easier it was to move in the world presenting as a man. But I did find that it went a little shallow in its exploration of these themes. And I don't know, it wasn't a perfect book, but it wasn't imperfect. I don't know, I liked the first half a lot more than the second half. I liked it a lot more when we didn't know where Elizabeth was, because I was kind of frustrated with Elizabeth's choices. I don't know, I mean, I understood where she was coming from, but kind of frustrated at the same time. But yeah, I did have a really good time with People Collide. I'm really glad I read this, and I think this author has something else published which I will gladly check out. So for the purpose of this video, I will be quickly ranking the books that I read just for fun, nothing too serious. First place goes to Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin. Love that one. Thank you, Kat, for the recommendation. That was excellent. Second place would be People Collide by mcelroy. Love that one as well. I really enjoyed that one, despite not really liking the second half, but really good read. And third place goes to My Work by Olga. I had the revelation that I like motherhood explored in fiction and not non-fiction. Yeah, I had a really fun time reading for this video and just making this video in general. I hope no one gets offended. I don't think so. I think we're all mature here, but just in case. I had no regrets at all reading any of the books that I read for this video, and as I said earlier, I had a really fun time. So yeah, thank you once again for watching, and thank you for my favorite booktubers for making just such interesting content on YouTube. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.